I decided to pick up another show because we only have a couple more episodes of Greenleaf left, and I feel like this show, everyone's talking about it. I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and watch. Let me see how it is, and I absolutely love it. So this is my review for P Valley. So just how I do with Greenleaf, I'm gonna do the same with this show. I'm not gonna go blow by blow. I'm just gonna go by character by character. Um, so yeah, so the first character we're gonna talk about Mississippi. Now, this show is now. It did take me a minute to figure out where this show is located. Right, like at first I was like, because at first when I saw like because the show started off where we see this town and there's a flood. I'm thinking, okay, is this New Orleans? You know. And then I was like, then again, no, it could be like Texas maybe, because obviously it's in the South. You can duh, it's in the country, know that. But it's in Mississippi. Town's been flooded. So yeah, we're gonna park it right there because I want to save, that like I said, we're not gonna do blow by blow. I just want to do this from like least to great. So we're gonna park it right there. So Mississippi, she's one of the strippers there. Um, she's a stripper at the Pank, the Pynk, the Pank. Okay, and I feel like her storyline is really gonna mess with us. Like, I feel like all of them, because this show is really about the strippers and behind the scenes and the things that they go through and all. And I feel like it's gonna be a lot for all of them, but I feel like for her, it's really gonna mess with us. At least for me, it is, because immediately out the gate, she, was on the floor, dancing. She came out and she has blood on her face, and she said that one of the guys, bust her over the head, I think with a bottle or something. I'm like, golly, my goodness. And then she's talking to Mercedes. She's like, Mercedes, I need you to go out there and do my set for me. And she's like, no, I'm tired. I'm not doing this. And da da da. And she's like, please, I'll give you a blunt. And so Mercedes like, I'll do it, but you have to give me more than a blunt. So there's that on that. But, ooh, excuse me. But we also see that where Mississippi had her, where she got hit in the head with a bottle, but she also has another bruise on her. And she's like, oh, I just ran into a cabinet. And I'm like, and then later on, when Uncle Clifford was talking to all the girls about how they're going to get paid and whatnot, and how the night's supposed to go, um, what's her name? Mississippi shows up, and she has her baby with her, and she has even bigger bruise on her eye. She was like, oh, I fell. And I'm like, and then one thing that Uncle Clifford said, which I was like, ooh, I like that. He basically said, fuck, what did he say? Don't tell me it's cornbread when I smell biscuits burning. I said, you know what? I'm gonna use it. I don't care. I'm going on tour with that. Don't tell me it's cornbread when I smell biscuits burning, girl. Love it. So, so she, obviously is getting beat on, and Clifford, Clifford's talking to her, and he's like, listen, I used to be in that that kind of relationship. Guy used to beat me all the time, and then he, basically, we'll get to him in a minute, but basically he was just like, I don't understand why y'all letting these men messing up, your money. Like, this is your money. I don't understand why, you're letting them mess it up. And not only talking about money, but the face too. Like, I don't understand why you letting this man beat on you, and she's in that space of, oh, but he said he loves me, and then listen, it ain't. I don't care who you are. It ain't it. That ain't it. It ain't it. Like, I don't understand. I'm with Uncle Cliff. Like, why would you allow a man to beat on you, or anybody really, and then think, Oh, well, he said he loved me with his fists, with her fists. That ain't cute. Because at the end of the day, like, no. And then she tried to excuse it and said, well, I hit him first. It doesn't. Well, no, you should be hitting your spouse. Y'all should, if it should ever get to the point where both of y'all are fighting, y'all don't need to be together. And then you got a baby, girl. Get out of there while you can. It's not like that baby gonna remember him. And I don't want to hear, oh, but family's here. Not if daddy is beating on you. And then you can tell that Mercedes, wrong one. Wrong one. But we'll get to her in a minute. You can tell Mississippi, she's doing this, stripping, like she's only doing this to, have something, you know, to have something. So, yeah, but that's really it on Mississippi. Oh, there was one point, Diamond, who is Benny from Haves and Have Nots, where Diamond is like I guess he's like the bouncer or the security of the club, and he basically was like, look, I know I'm tough, and I know I may have killed a couple folks here and there, but I can care for a baby, because she was in the back breastfeeding her baby. So, yeah, but, um, yeah, so, that's really it on Mississippi. So the next character we're gonna talk about is Uncle Cliff. I'm calling Cliff Uncle Cliff. So he is a gender bender. Like, one minute you may see him in women's clothing and wigs and all that, and then next thing you know, switch it all the way up and be dressed as a man, in men's clothing and stuff. So um I do appreciate, because I feel like body image, it matters, and usually when they show a gay character, they usually show him someone who's muscular and all, or thin and stuff. It's like, no, he had, his jiggles, and he had his, dimples and all, so I definitely, appreciate representation. It matters. So that's one thing. I was admiring his beard. I was like cut here and then cut there too. That was cool. Um, but he's the owner of the Pank, right? And he's like the not only is he the owner, but he's also like the mother of the group. He's the mother. It's almost like a house, basically, like the mother. Like, he, more than once has shown, where he's that type of person where you can go to, but also in a way kind of watch him a little bit, because he may be, a little, I don't want to say crooked, but just keep that little side eye on him, basically. But yeah, he's definitely like the mother of the group. Um, and it's good to see that, because, like I said, there was the moment with Mississippi, then there was where Autumn Midnight shows up, and he picked her clean. He was like, you got a nice ass, you got little bee sting titties, but once you make more money, you can, get a size bigger, but you look decent, you can do this. you know. And then we had Mercedes with her situation, and he was, it's like he takes time to know everybody, you know, know your people, know the girls that are there. Child, I thought I heard, well, I did hear something like something hidden. Anyway, um, so, yeah, but yeah, we get the scene, where, like I said, he's gender bending. Which I'm like, dude, the way his nails looked, I was like, he was sitting there like taking them off. I'm like, dang, you gotta do all of that. My goodness, I kept them on, but anyway, he had to look the part, and he went to this little, I don't know if it was like a pawn shop or whatever it was, some credit store or whatever, but obviously the store has that club in their hands, and obviously Cliff ain't been paying whatever he's supposed to be paying, so They're like, look, if you don't pay up, and I don't mean no bad checks, if you don't pay up in cash, we're gonna take your shit, okay? And so that's when Uncle Cliff started to um, change things around so that way they can, make that money. And he did, but he ended up giving it to Mercedes. But like I said, Uncle Cliff, I feel like he's gonna be, oh yeah. And then later on in the episode, we get this rapper that comes in. It's Lil Murder, right? And he's this, child, those wannabe rappers. And I know it's everywhere, but it was a lot of them. When I lived in Mississippi, it was a lot of them. Hey, come listen to my mixtape. Hey, first of all, it's called, nobody listens to CDs. Like, who got CDs? No, nobody's listening to CDs. But they would give you a CD in a heartbeat, okay? Not even USB, like, no, just CDs. I'm like, God, Lord, no, I ain't trying. And then be selling them, like, if you're at Walmart, at Sam's, or Target. I'm like, God, dang, I get it, promote. But, but yeah, this guy, there's a part where Mercedes and Autumn, they were supposed to be in the VIP, and when Mercedes left, this is Autumn's first time being in VIP. This is her first time, period, in all this. This is new to her. So she basically had, one of the guys was getting a little handsy on her, and then when she ran off, Lil Murder tried to go after her, and he was like, I was going to apologize to her, because he was more interested in her than he was in Mercedes. So then Uncle Cliff stopped him and was like, what are you trying to do? And so he's trying to tell him what he's trying to do. And then he's like, I can't hear you, the club's loud, let's just go in this room. So they go in this room. It's pretty, which I'm like, why y'all ain't go in this room? It was like blue and these cotton clouds everywhere. It was cool as hell. I would have slept in there. I'm like, look, just put me in here. I'm going to sleep till all this over. Um, but they go in there, and the Lil Murder was like, yeah, I'm trying to apologize to her. And he's like, look, and then he started naming down all type of girls. He got red bones. He got white girls, red bones, high yellow girls. He got, midnight girls. I got them. I got it all, right? Asian girls. I got all the girls. And he said, well, you ain't got everything. And I was like, he started, flirting with Uncle Cliff. I said, "Oh," he said, "You ain't got everything, okay?" So I don't know if Uncle Cliff sucked him off. I don't know if Mercer sucked him off. I don't know what happened, but something happened between them, and he gave him a little money for it. So that's really that on that. And now Uncle Cliff, the money that um, and that was, I guess that was like the money. No, no, I don't think he gave him. I don't think he gave him money. But the money that they did make, cause he was like out here, um, giving like little fish plates and stuff like that to people trying to sell, just trying to make some money, right? And the money from that, he ended up giving it to Mercedes. So he's like, oh shit, we gotta make more money, right? So yeah, that's really it on Uncle Cliff. So the next person we're gonna talk about is Autumn Midnight. So Autumn Midnight, like I said, when we first see her, um, is in a town, it's flooded. She picks up this suitcase, which I'm like, this random suitcase just floating. You just picked it up, and she's standing in the trash. I'm like, ew. Like, ew. But she opens it up, and everything inside is dry, it's clean. She has a purse and I think it was YSL purse in there. And then she had some black pumps. I was like, damn, those are clean, okay? She had some pumps, and then, the wallet that was in there. Now, I'm confused. Was that her wallet? Or... Because what got me confused was when I watched, okay, the wallet that she picked up, right, had somebody in there. And you look at her, she had this big curly hair, right? And it's obviously not the person in the ID, right? Until she went, because she got on the bus. Bus was, I believe she's from Texas. Oh, that's probably why it was flooded. Oh, anyway, so she got on the bus. Obviously, she's running from something. Throughout the episode, we kept getting these flashbacks of her. I'm assuming she was in a relationship with some guy. He was heavily abusive, and at one point was trying to kill her. And I think what happened, she probably shot and killed him. So either she shot and killed him, or she shot him and didn't kill him, and or doesn't know that she killed him. I don't know. I feel like that's what happened, um, but I got confused because I don't know if she's pretending to be somebody else or that is actually her. Because again, that's when I was like, okay, so this is flooding. You see this suitcase, and is that your suitcase? 'Cause I'm like, wow, this your suitcase floating over there, and you just pick it right on up, like, oh yeah, that's mine. But I don't know, and I think she has a daughter or she has somebody because at one point in the episode, she was sitting in her apartment or hotel room or whatever she was sitting in, and she was looking at her phone and she was drinking and eating at the same time, and then she spilled something on it, and when you spill something on the phone, child, it's done, and she just goes into this little mental break. So something happened. Like I said, we keep getting these little glimpses of her. Um, we don't know everything, but I have a feeling like that's what happened. She was in an abusive relationship, or I don't know. I don't know. She was in an abusive relationship, and because I don't know. Do you think what if she had a pimp or something? Because this guy, or what if she was just dating a drug dealer or something? Either way, I feel like dude was abusive. He was beating on her and was going to kill her, and then she turned around and killed him. I don't know, but when she got on the bus, she had bruises on her and stuff on her neck and everything. So like it just happened basically, and then she you know got on the bus. They drove to Mississippi. She got off the bus, and don't isn't me? Am I the only one that hates when men be like, "Hey, little mama," "Hey, sweetie," "Hey, Miss Thing," Oh, I hate that. I hate it with a passion. But so she gets off. She goes to the Pank, okay, and at first they made it seem like, oh, I never done this before, but then she got out there and started dancing and was doing her thing. Now, do I think it was the best? Absolutely not. It was, but yeah. So, um, but yeah, like I said, throughout the episode, basically, because the episode is called Preparation, so really it's not Mercedes and what's her name, Autumn, basically, learning the strip club and getting used to, because I don't know, I don't think she's done this before, so she's kind of like, I gotta do what I gotta do, but at the same time, it's like, I don't feel comfortable just yet. Like, she's not like Mercedes where she busted on out, like, no, she's not like that. Um, and also, Autumn and Mercedes' relationship, because, and just go ahead and segue into Mercedes. Autumn and Mercedes' relationship, they, I feel like they're about to be like big sis, little sis type of thing. Because obviously, Autumn is new. And she's like, girl, you ain't gonna last. You ain't gonna last for shit, okay? But, I think they're about to have big sis, little sis type of thing. And I think at some point, because Mercedes trying to leave, like she said, I'm going to leave by the end of the month, because I just want to go on and do my own thing, do something different. Because she's been stripping for 7 years, right? she's been stripping for 7 years, and okay, interruptions. She's been stripping for 7 years, and I'm not cutting that out either, so y'all can. Yeah, I'm kidding. I love y'all. She's been stripping for 7 years for the seventh time, and she is just ready for bigger and better things. Now, um, and this was what prompted me to do this review. So Mercedes, she like I said, she's the top stripper there. People love her. She makes the top dollar, all the other stuff. Um, she's like second in command to like Uncle Cliff. Like Uncle Cliff is like he's the owner, but it's like the mother, and she's like the second mother, stuff like that. No. She's like the big sister of all of them. So yeah, you can tell like family is a big thing for them. Like all of them are going through a lot. All of them are dealing with the same shit, and they just lean on each other. Which I'm like, that's cool. That's cool. But Mercedes, man, this will prompt me to talk about this. So Mercedes, we see her, she's in a church, and they're sitting there just doing the most. This is why I don't go to church. This is why I don't go. Because they be doing the most, okay? Like, they sitting there talking about, give 10%, give 10%, and I'm like, just doing the most. And it's like, oh my God. And then what happened? Mercedes is there. The night before when she was at the club, there's this guy that was like getting a little handsy. And, that's when Diamond comes in and he throws the guy out. And at one point, the police shows up and they're like, what's going on? Uncle Cliff was like, listen, I got some honey buns up in here. You might as well take them home and warm them up. Basically, it's giving this man money. And, the police all was like, oh, I better take them home, get more. I was like, yeah, dang. So, anyway, Mercedes was in church. They were passing around the collection plate, so she pulls out a wallet. And she takes out some money to put in a collection plate. Now we look at the wallet, and obviously ain't her wallet. It was the guy that that got kicked out of the club for being too handsy on her. Well, guess what? That guy was sitting in the pew next to her, and I was just like, oh my God, no, she didn't. And she looked at him like, and what you gonna do? You can't be like, you got my wallet. Well, why does she have my? Because that's going to be next. Well, how did she get your wallet? Where were you at, right? So, girl, that was funny as hell. So, the woman that was, talking about praise God and doing all this mess, right? She, no, because Mercedes ended up leaving, and then we find out that Mercedes, like, Miss Diana from the Dancing Dolls, basically she got a dance team, right? And I think what's going to happen, because at one point in the episode, she had got a text message saying, oh, we got a property, do you want to see it? I think she's going to open up like a dance studio. I think that's what she's going to do. And then she's going to, help girls around, just, try to be a pillar in the community. Pillar in the community. So I think that's what's going to happen with that. But she got a dance team. She's, like I said, strict as hell. She's like, look, do 50 high tops. I'm like, what's that? Girl, they was all jumping up in the air trying to touch their toes and stuff. One of the girls was me. I'm like, look, one. I was like, one. Absolutely not. I ain't jumping up for nobody. I quit. I'm out. I ain't no. Okay. So, after that, I'm trying to think. Oh yeah. But while Mercedes was, doing practice and stuff, her mother shows up, and I think her name is Patrice. Yeah, I think her name was. So Patrice shows up, and she's like, oh, critiquing the girls too. And then Mercedes gives her mother a bag of money. And so this lady is sitting here on her high chair talking about I can't believe I'm doing this, using your booty money. So then why are you taking it? Like, what? You will see, I can't believe I'm doing this. Like, y'all ain't have. See, this is the problem I got with church people, and this is why I can't stand them. See, the thing is, because later on in the episode, like I said, they're basically gearing up for Mercedes' last dance. That's all they've been talking about because, again, Mercedes trying to move on. Mercedes told her mom, she said, well, you got your pulpit and I got mine. Okay, so at one point, towards the end of the episode, Mercedes was dancing, doing her thing. I was like, God dang. And then, hold on, at one point, she had climbed all the way to the top of the pole and then they like cut the way they did it, like they cut the music, they cut the sound. You just hear her breathing hard. I'm thinking, ma'am, do not fall. I'm thinking she about to, because she was like breathing a little hard. I'm like, I am not. And then at one point she let go. I'm like, oh no, she about to crack her neck. Oh no. But then she stopped. I was like, don't do that. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. But, her mother was there watching the whole thing. So at the end of, the night, the mom, they're in the parking lot and the mom just throws on this whole show. Like, she showed her natural behind and she was just like, oh my gosh, what did I do to deserve this? And what did I do? And my daughter's a whore. And da da da. Like, she did the whole 9 yards. And then at the end of her performance, because that's what it is, a performance, Mercedes gives her mom her tip money. And what does the mom do? She takes it and leaves. Oh, so she a whore until she give you money for your church. Okay. So, this is a problem I got with church people. See, there's a thing with, hold on. This is the issue I got with church people. Okay. There you have religious people and you got spiritual people. I'm spiritual. Okay. See, religious people are people like her. That's like on this high chair thinking that everything around them is a sin. And if you don't do this and you don't do right by God and have the fear of God in you and da 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 da, you're going to hell, right? But it's like, in that same breath, the same thing you're going to condemn me for is you turn around and do something else that is also a sin. And it's like, oh, but that's okay because, you got your ticket already. So you can do your dirt, but I can't do mine. I can't stand people like that. I can't stand people who just use God as a tool to force their opinions. Because you can have your opinion, but when you use God as a way to force your opinion, I got issues with that. I have issues with all of that. And you can tell in that scene, which was acted so well, in that scene, Mercedes was just hurt. Like, I understand what it's like to have mommy issues. Because I have them. I understand it. And it's like when you're trying to, you want to have that relationship with your mom where you guys are close, but at the same time, when your mom is out here doing this stuff like this, and it's like, well, dang, it hurts. It does. It hurts. Oh my gosh, y'all. It hurts, especially when it's a time in your life where you need her, and it's like, bro. And then when she pulled, and then what's fucked up about it, you did all of this and still took her money and probably be back for more. Like, you can't be picky and choosy on what's sin and what's not, who's going to hell and who's not, and for what. No, that's not how this works. That's not how it works. See, spiritual people have a relationship with God. See, they're able to drown out the outside mess. And see, people tell you, oh, you want to go to the whole purpose of church is you go and you fellowship with people who are also believers. But when you got those people, because there are people in there who are nasty and rude and so judging, and it's like nasty. And it's like, why would I want to sit in that? Why would I want to sit around that? Because then what happens is those people push you, well, they tend to push people away and think that, oh, something's wrong with me. There's no way God could love me because of this or because of that. And it's like, no, that's not true. That's, you cannot teach me the Bible and then tell me, oh, well, because you do this, God is going to disapprove. Lies. No. God made me who I am. I am who I am. You know, there ain't nothing I can do about it. God made us a certain way for a reason. And you mean to tell me God made me this way? God made me the person that I am, and He is gonna hate me for it? Are you serious? And then people realize with all this rhetoric that you put out in the name of God, you push people away, which is a sin. The worst thing you can do is push somebody away from God, and that's why the pews are empty right now. And y'all seriously think y'all about to go to heaven for this? I don't know how that's supposed to work. I don't know how it's gonna work. I don't know. We only find out once we die. So is when you're able to remove all of that, then it's okay. I can see God. I can hear Him. I can feel Him. I know He's here. I know He's with me. I can talk to Him. But I can't do that when you got all this mess around you. You just can't. Like, it's supposed to be, like I said, spiritual. And when you got all of this, oh my goodness. No, absolutely not. So that's really much it on P Valley. I'm definitely gonna be watching. Because I don't have stars, I have a Fire Stick. Okay, I don't have stars. So basically, I would have to watch it the next day because it comes on Sunday nights. Excuse me, it comes on Sunday nights, so I would have to watch it the next day, and then I'll probably give my review. Now, the reason why my review is here on Wednesday, only because like I said, like I've been seeing it around, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to watch and stuff. But then I'm like, child, I need this. Like, with all this going on, like I said, child, how we go from Greenleaf talking about church and then to the, yeah, okay. But yeah, so, like I said, Greenleaf is about to go off soon, and y'all know it's about to be the last season. I'm so mad about it, but definitely this is something I'm going to pick up and watch and review and all that other good stuff. So with that being said, I will see y'all in the next review of P Valley, and then I will see y'all in my other review for Greenleaf. So yeah, I'll see y'all later. Bye.